a man that is okay and doesn't run out the door when you suggest that he sleep alone with your 13-year-old daughter is a red flag. And no doubt that is the case. You're 100% right.
That's right.
There are so many more inconsistencies because back at 8:19 on the 26th, which is the day that Maddie went missing, the day that they know Maddie was dead in Stephan Stern's car, he comes back into the complex, into the condo complex at 8:19, allegedly, as he told detectives, because I forgot my clicker and I wanted to get my clicker. He had the clicker in his hand, according to the security guard at the gate. So that was all a lie also. He did not go back there to get his clicker. So what was he parks with Maddie's dead body still in the front seat of the car, and he goes into the condo complex.
That's right.
What was he doing? What was he doing at that point? And he comes back out, and he did, I believe the detective said he was in and out of there in about 12 minutes.
That's right.
So what was that all about? And again, he's driving around with a dead 13-year-old girl in the front seat of his car. Mike.
Bill, I'm guessing that he went back there not to get a clicker. That's ridiculous. I think he probably wanted to put a few more things in the trash, that sort of thing, get rid of him. He's not the most organized person, and he's freaking out. He was doing stuff. Remember, I think one of the other people who lived in the apartment, they saw him later that morning, and he was doing laundry and cleaning, and suddenly he's this ball of energy. Go get him. And he's like the laziest person you'd ever want to know. I think what he was doing, he was back there. People saw him, and I think he probably realized, oh my God, there's something I got to get rid of. I got to throw something else out. Maybe I don't want Jennifer to see it or whatever it happens to be, but I got to throw a few more things in that garbage dumpster. Got to tie up a few more loose ends. But it's really strange, you think about it, because he took a huge chance. We're not under cover of darkness. It's 8:19 in the morning, and people are awake. You're going past the security guard. That's a lot of nerve, or it's bravery born out of desperation. But it is a very odd thing that he did. But I'm guessing maybe he did it because he had to tie up a few loose ends, grab a few things, and throw them out, or do something like that.
Absolutely. And folks, we look at this picture of Stephan Stern's left hand, and he covered that up by saying that when he was changing his flat tire, he got it caught between the jack and the vehicle's bumper. And that's that doesn't look like that to me. That looks like scratches from someone fighting for their life. And that would be consistent with him trying to strangle Madeline. And that is her fingernails cutting into his left hand. That's why the police took pictures of that. Mm-hmm. And so many more lies that he told. His whole time frame was just so off with this case. We look at that. This is a picture up on the screen of the area where he dumped Madeline's body. And in that area, there is some a piece of the tire, that the flat tire, he rode on the flat tire to the point where it just totally ripped off the rim, and then he changed it. So that was evidence that also gave the police physical evidence besides the evidence of someone that saw him at that location and called into the police and said, I saw a man fitting the description of Stephan Stern's changing his tire at that location. This is the fence. Look, if you could see the fence, the lock is open. So all he had to do was take the lock off and open up those gates and drive right into there. And we know at this point that when he dumped the body, Madeline's body was in the trunk, because at 09:35 hours, Stephan Stern's is witnessed in a parking lot of a hotel. And this is caught on video. He's seen getting out of his car, going to the trunk, opening the trunk, then going to the passenger side door, lifting Maddie's dead body out of there and throwing her into the trunk. So now she's no longer in the front seat of the passenger seat of the car. She is in the trunk of the vehicle. So all of these things, again, are on a very tight timeline and also memorialized on video. You can't get better evidence than that, Mike.
Yeah, he doesn't have very far to go. I don't know what his defense is possibly going to be for the first trial or the second trial, but they have him boxed in with the traffic cameras and the camera in the garage and things like that, because that all the stuff, all the time frames that they got, and they went over it. I remember in one of the 80 pages, one of the detectives tried to figure out where he went by just all the places where his car was seen, or the license plate reader caught his license plate at a particular time. So they kind of would try to figure out where he was going that morning for about 2 hours, 3 hours, with Maddie he's telling them, oh, I'm shopping. Meanwhile, they realize that no, she's in the car. He doesn't have any place to go. I'm not sure what he can possibly come up with, but yeah, the piece de resistance of the whole thing was that gentleman who recognized when he saw the story on TV and with the guy and Stephan, and he said, "Oh my goodness, that's the guy I saw changing the tire." That was huge because they knew Stephan had been on like that long, windy kind of backwoods road. And then suddenly they got a place for him to be. Oh my goodness, he was over here changing a tire. So now we know. We go back to that particular location. Now, okay, this is ground zero. Where could possibly Maddie be from this point on? That was fantastic because, when she's out there and, you're losing all kinds of evidence that you could use to convict him. And that was big to recover poor Maddie.
Absolutely.